to believe that if I just endured today, tomorrow would be different. When I was little, I thought I'd be happy once I grew up. When I was in school, I thought everything would be fine. Once I got into college, we always look forward to tomorrow. Just graduate from college. Just get married. Just have a child. We constantly make promises to the future and endure the present in misery. Up until now, we've always strived like that. Then, as we get older, many people start to wonder, am I living a good life? Someone once asked me this, "Teacher, what kind of life is considered successful and good?" He was a person highly regarded as successful in his field, yet he wasn't sure if his own life was truly successful. So what is success? First and foremost, success can be defined as achieving what one desires. Many people believe that earning a lot of money is success. Others think that possessing status, power, and fame is synonymous with success. However, such successes are merely relative values. Wealth is similar. Among those with less than 10 million won, a person with 100 million won is considered wealthy. Yet among those with 1 billion won, the person with 100 million won is just poor. Whether someone is considered rich or poor depends on whom they are compared to. Social status is much the same. In the military, squad leaders have higher status than soldiers, but lower than lieutenant colonels. A person's position changes depending on who they are compared to. Such successes don't last forever. Those who fail yearn for success, and those who succeed strive to achieve even more success. Everyone wants success. It's like a seesaw game. When you're up, you think you're successful. When you're down, you believe you've failed, even though these two states constantly swap. In that case, can we truly consider a temporary success that can't last forever to be true success? It's similar with money. We think that once we save the amount of money we set out for, we won't have any more desires. Those without money often look at those with money and think, what could people with money possibly worry about? But do people with money truly have no concerns? Perhaps those with money worry even more. They have to rack their brains thinking about how to keep their money, and feel that what they have isn't enough when compared to those with more money. That's why the ancients said, "He who has 99 plots of land still demands the plot of one who has only one." Not only that, when pursuing external success, there are times when one's self-perception and the evaluation of others will not align. Often, even if others deem us successful, we feel exhausted internally when we get older or fall ill, instead of thinking, my life has been truly meaningful. If I were born again, I would live the same way. We often feel that our lives have been fleeting and empty. Therefore, most people regret, I have wasted my life on such trivial matters. If so, what kind of life is truly successful and wonderful? It is when one lives and feels satisfied with oneself, without paying attention to successes based on external standards. People often think that earning a lot of money and living in a large apartment in the city is success. But if a person feels satisfied with their life as a farmer in their village, then that is also a success. I feel truly happy. Every day I get to breathe fresh air, drink cool water, eat unpolluted produce, and work freely as I please. As long as you don't postpone happiness until tomorrow and feel content with today, then it means you are living well. In a day, we don't need to eat 5 or 6 meals. We can't wear dozens of clothes at once, and we certainly can't drive several cars simultaneously. Living simply and comfortably is the best. As long as you live and are content with yourself, it means you are living well. What work you do doesn't matter, as long as it's what you want. Researching new farming methods is meaningful work. Opening a small shop in town and happily managing it is also a good thing. Of course, venturing out into the big wide world and operating on an international stage is also wonderful. If you do what you want, you'll feel happy even if you're tired. Being forced to go up a mountain for military training or voluntarily going up a mountain for exercise are equally strenuous. However, going up the mountain for military training, you'll only feel tired and miserable, whereas for exercise, even if it's tough, you'll still enjoy it. I often lecture in many places, so I'm frequently sleep-deprived and tired. But because it's to convey the teachings of the Buddha, whom I cherish, to the community, I still feel very happy. Chasing the world's standards of success and satisfying one's superficial desires cannot make us happy. Instead, let go of desires and lower expectations. Then joy and contentment will naturally find us. One time, I was running late, so I had to take a taxi, but the driver was driving very recklessly. Wondering what was making him so angry and upset to drive like that, I asked, "It seems you're not having a good day?" The driver let out a heavy sigh. "My wife just left home. I have a 7-year-old child at home." Hearing that, I continued to ask, "How much do you earn in an hour?" "I earn about 8,000 won. Then I'll pay you 40,000 won and hire you for 5 hours. We stopped in front of the temple. I gave the driver 40,000 won and invited him inside to listen to the Dharma talk. I did that because I feared that if he drove in that state, he might cause a serious accident. Moreover, it wouldn't be good for his child if he returned home with that upset and irritable face. Conversely, what if he recognized his own problem and could drive happily? The likelihood of him finding a solution to his family issues would increase, and the chance of causing an accident would decrease. If so, not only the driver's life, but also the lives of others would experience more positive effects. If I had only invited him to listen to the Dharma talk without offering additional pay, he naturally wouldn't have agreed. That's why I truly feel happy when many people, even without being paid, are willing to come and listen to me teach about the Dharma. Not being able to achieve what one wants is not necessarily a great misfortune. Simply putting in your best effort without being overly concerned about the outcome is enough to make you happy. If you don't establish an internal balance point, but instead rely solely on the eyes and judgments of others to inflate a, quote, a bubble of success, then when that bubble bursts, your life will vanish into nothingness. These days, people often boast excessively, waste their lives on fanciful desires, and constantly torment themselves by comparing themselves to others. We live and feel powerless, thinking, "I am useless," or we incessantly blame others and make ourselves suffer. However, chasing the world's standards of success and satisfying one's superficial desires can hardly make us happy. Instead, let go of desires and lower expectations, and joy and contentment will naturally find us. If we keep blaming the outside world, we won't have the energy to care about and learn to be satisfied with what comes from within.